Hey kids, it's that kind of a day. Things have gotten even weirder around the country, and we heard some requests that certain folks were missed, like Corny Cory and some others, and we had gotten a little laxed, so we decided to kind of give it a break for a little bit. And I said we were going to be back, but we kind of got off track again because, of course, it's spring and we got a garden and it's all busy and everything. So, but something happened today. I decided to call my friend Corey Ballard up in Sherburne, Minnesota, and he happens to be a sheriff's deputy with the Martin County Sheriff's Department up there. We used to live in Sherburne, and that was in Martin County. So. The funny thing is that he said that he missed Corey. And so I said, well, I think it's time that maybe we make a little bit of appearance. So guess who's here? Hey, guess who's back? Hey, Chad, I'm back again. Here we go. Yeah, here's Corey. Have any questions? Because I just kind of figured that I have a friend named Corey. Your name's Corey. What might you mean? Do you think that maybe I'm a little bit jealous? I don't know. Where have you been anyway? You kind of, last time we saw you, you kind of took off and haven't really seen you since. Did you go somewhere? Well, I kind of ran away, went off into the open space, and I needed some time to think by myself. You know, Chad, you kind of do that sometimes too, where you just need some time to breathe, right? Yeah, I know. Hey, did I ever tell you the story? Actually, speaking of Corey, there was a time that, and Iowa, way back when, before I was even in college at Nebraska, before I was back at University of Nebraska, I got arrested in Iowa. I don't know how many people know that, but it's the only time I've ever spent a night in jail. And because we were doing something really, really stupid. I was 19 and staying in an old farmhouse outside of town. I'd gotten back from boot camp. You were in the military? Yeah, I was in the Navy Reserves, if you want to count that. Yeah, technically a vet. Whoa, that's awesome, man. Did you get to shoot a gun? Yeah, I did. A couple times. Didn't have to qualify in boot camp or anything, but, we went to the range and every year and have to qualify in M16s and sometimes pistols and all that. Did you get a ribbon for your uniform? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I got a marksman ribbon. One of just a few. Wasn't that big of a deal. That's a different story. Well, I think it's pretty cool. So if you ever want to do a story on that, it could go into your whole military career. I really wouldn't consider it a career. I just was in it to pay for college and got me through school, got me this house, got me our house in Indiana, got some VA loans, some other stuff. Anyway, Corey, we're getting off track. Yeah, get back to your story about getting arrested. Okay. So we were in Minnesota and I was there. It was I think it was the 3rd of July of 1993. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was July 3rd, 1993. And we were down in Armstrong, Iowa, which was about 40 miles from Sherburne. And they were having their 100th year centennial. And there was all sorts of cops there. Oh, yeah? Yeah, they were probably in there from all over around the whole area. That sounds like a pretty big celebration. Oh, yeah, it was huge. Yeah, there were tons of cops, and they were having square dancing and kind of all 9 yards, and we decided to be stupid, so I ended up getting on a bike in someone's yard and kind of riding around in the street for a block or two, and didn't realize that there were a bunch of people sitting on the porch just in silent, dumbstruck awe, watching me take this bike off the porch and ride it around the middle of the street and then throw it and run away. And next thing you know, the cops started pulling up, and yeah, we kind of were like, well, I guess we need to run for that house or run for the alley. We all scattered, and then we cops, the lights were flashing. We had the sirens were going, and everybody was flipping out, and there was, yeah. You know what I mean? A little bit intimidating. Well, what'd you do? Well, I actually just laid down in some bushes, and the cars were flying around. There's dust flying around, and I was kind of just sitting there waiting for the dust to clear. And I got up when I thought they had taken. Well, they took one or two friends of mine in the car, and I guess just one, Dan. And then I started walking towards a cornfield, an Iowa cornfield, and some guy comes around the corner with a bunch of people and was like, "Hey, bingo, we got one." And I was just like, hands up, don't shoot. Because I was like, at that point, like, okay, this is stupid. I rode someone's bike in the street. And they came and they cuffed me and took me in front of there was an old woman, and they're, take them away, boys, all like pointing and stuff. And I was just like, just take me to a bed right now. I'm tired. Really? Wow, that's seriously cool. Then you got to ride in a cop car? Yeah, I got to ride in a cop car with all people of a kid that I used to wrestle, who's kind of special. No offense, Richard. His name was Richard Haas, and his dad was the trooper that took us from Armstrong back to Esterville. And now that I think about it, after the whole thing cost me basically like $75, it was kind of like a high-priced Uber ride at this point, looking back. I think, well, we went to jail anyway, and they put us in these suits, and they were gonna teach us a lesson, like, hey boys, give them their chow, and they threw an apple in, and they didn't turn the lights off. We had to sleep on plastic sheets and had to strip down, and I was kind of drunk. I don't remember most of it, but woke up the next morning, July 4th, and we were lucky to get a judge, and she was like, you know what? You're really lucky that I'm here today and that I'm willing to come in. So she let us off. I think I got a 3rd-degree misdemeanor I pled guilty to for doing something stupid, and then we had to get a ride back up to Sherburne. So that was my encounter with the police. Yeah, that was real awesome. But anyway, I kind of had a plan here before. I didn't think I was just going to tell that story this whole time. I was actually going to read a book, and you were going to tell a joke. Is that right? Well, it kind of got spoiled. I was well, let me just show you what I had in mind. Hey, Chad, I'm Prego. What? I said I'm Prego. Prego? What do you mean? Pregnant? No, I'm Prego. Corey, you are corny, but that takes this to a whole nother level, dude. Really? That wasn't even funny. That wasn't even really a good joke. Well, I tried. I know how much you like it when I try. I try and earn my keep around here. Okay. Who else we got in here today? Do you notice anybody else around? Well, there's Board. Board's up on top there. Oh, yeah. Everybody see Board? Hey, how's it going? Oh, he's always he's always starting trouble, isn't he? All right, let's put him. Wow, Board is. Gee, Board's got me in kind of a lot. Got my magnet here. We're paying tribute to little Minnesota. It's hard to think that Minneapolis is the site of what's going on right now. Having lived in Minnesota, I think it's a great state, and I guess if it's going to happen there, it can happen any place, and that's kind of the sad thing about it all. But yep, it's good to have a friend in the sheriff's department, be able to talk about some stuff, and so. Yeah, it sounds like Corey's a pretty cool dude, but don't give him too much attention. What do you mean? Well, His name's Corey, right? Yeah, his name is Corey. Well, is he your favorite Corey or am I your favorite Corey? Now we're getting into this. Now we're talking about Corey envy. Look, I didn't name you after him. You're an ear of corn, and Corey is a perfectly good name for an ear of corn. It doesn't have to be a whole thing, right? I've known Corey Ballard for a long, long time, and he's a really good friend of mine, and he's a good cop. And I respect his opinion. We have some differences in political opinions and some other things, but we're friends, and that's why we talk. So you just need to get used to it, Corey. Well, I guess I can live with that. So, look, why don't you get on with reading your book? And I noticed that Sammy the Snake is here too. Aren't you going to introduce Sammy? Yeah, I'll introduce Sammy. We have a friend here too. Sammy is a snake. I am Sammy the Snake. I say it's Sammy because Sammy's not really a pup. I used to put Sammy up in a tree, try and keep squirrels and birds and stuff away. It's an old inner tube, Corey. Oh, that's ingenious. Yeah, see the hole for the old bike tube. Well, this was filled up for about 3 hours one day. It didn't scare anything away. Kind of scared me a little bit because I'm not in love with snakes. But we have snakes now in the neighbor's yard. The little boy Mateo, Mateo lives next door. Oh yeah, Mateo, he's a good kid. Yeah. He said he saw a mother, and he said they've seen some little ones and alive, dead in different states, whatever. So that's interesting. So then we saw one trying to sneak into the backyard, but you know what? If you're just cool and it's a garter snake and it's not gonna like hurt you like a rattlesnake, you just gotta be cool. You gotta be bigger than that. 45, 46 years old, you kind of got to get over the whole snake thing, right? Like, it's not like when you were a kid, and you're a niblet and you're afraid of things, right? Yeah, I guess so. I've never been afraid of little garter snakes, Chad. Are you afraid of snakes, Chad? No, Corey, I'm not. I'm just, I don't want to get bit. And there's hissing, right, Sammy? Hissing and striking. It's cerebral. It's back here. It's like you have to really think about it. But snakes, they eat bugs and they eat, insects and keep things clean. And you're scared of the snakes, aren't you, Chad? Well, I don't want to wrap them around me or anything, but they can be around. It's no big deal. They got to deal with the cats and the chickens and the kids and Bens and everything. So, well, it sounds like you've got it under control. So why don't we just move on? Okay. All right. Can I read this now? It's kind of a quick read, but it's a good one. I think the kids abroad, after I've talked now for 14 minutes, I think we can finally get to the book. This is a good one. This one's near and dear, and if you've waited along this long, maybe this is a good story for you to listen to. This is called Addy's Story. This is of Addy, oldest daughter. She's 12, going on 13, and I think it's time to read her story. You want to hear her story, Corey? Yeah, that sounds great, Chad. Let's get going. Okay, I'm going to give you the catbird seat here, and you can kind of sit up there on the back and the side. You good back there? Oh, yeah, that's a great place. I can see everything. All right. Here we go, real quick. Addy's story. So, Taro, Ophelie, Lily. Here we go. Let's get the lights adjusted a little bit. Addy's story. I think Uncle Ben put this together a while ago. The beginning of a beautiful life. Adelina Elizabeth Fitzer was born on October 15, 2007. She was a big baby. Daddy was happy. Mommy was tired, but she was happy too. Sometimes Addy was wide awake, but mostly she just slept. Sometimes she was quiet. Sometimes she cried. Sometimes she was messy. Sometimes she was a monster. Oh, no, she's scary. She was pretty silly too, Corey. Yeah, she's a cute baby. Mom and Dad worked really hard. This is back in our house back in Indiana. Had a lot of corn back in Indiana, too. Yeah, it's just like Iowa. It's an I state. Yep. It's not just like Iowa. It's a lot like Iowa. It's like the eastern Iowa. But anyway, Addy just played hard and pooped. Addy could sit up. Addy could sit down. Daddy played the drums. Daddy looked young. That's you? My God, you look so much younger without all those crow's feet around your eyes. Corey, you're about ready to get popped, buddy. Addy ate her thumbs. The family had a dog named Suka. Oh, look at how young we all were. Wow. There's the woo. A woo sandwich. That's not Suka. Who's that? Addy had a bammer and a bamper, Grandma and Grandpa, and everybody loved her. And then the Fitzer family moved to Colorado. Colorado, here we come. Addy was growing bigger. Addy climbed a mountain with her mom and dad, and what did they see? Hey, that's Boulder. Yeah, I love the campus, but I do not like their football team. Sorry, kind of like Iowa, except for I live here and I like the state. We have mountains and not everybody's messed up. So anyway, she went to Cattail and ate with the big kids. This is the old cabins. She ate corn like a big kid does. Wait, what? Corn? Yeah, we're just gonna keep moving. Is Addy a big kid too? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, she's just a kid. Addy loved trains just like her dad. Addy learned to dance just like her dad. And her Aunt Marie, whose birthday it is today, happy birthday, taught her that. And there they all are, all big blue-eyed. She danced with the whole family. Oh my God. Yeah, she's pretty scary in that tiger mask. Yeah, kind of intimidating. I was enthralled. Mommy was petrified. She learned to carefully crack an egg, and she cracked eggs with Mommy. She run and she jump and she climb and tumble and tiptoe and titter. And what else will she learn? We can't wait to find out. Now Addy's 12, and we're going to a wedding here in a few weeks up in South Dakota. Hopefully see everybody. First time we kind of broke quarantine. We're kind of looking forward to this. So I'm breaking in my new Senex Harvest States hat. Hey Corey, let's compare hair. Here, come here a second. Whoa. Yeah, look. How's everything coming? How's everything coming here? I'll give you a nice little seat there so everybody can see you. Ooh. Look at that. That's awful. But you know what? Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't look so different than mine, Chad. High and tight, high and tight. Yep, high and tight, Corey. So, well, gone on long enough. Just a little bit of an interesting time. Black lives matter. Blue lives matter. Red lives matter. Green lives matter. All lives matter, but Black lives matter. So, take care. I'm not going to get on a stump. Just wanted to make everybody happy by reappearing on Fitzer Radio. So I hope everybody's doing well. Love y'all. Go out, make a difference. All right. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye. Okay.